Oh, hey guys. I just had an interview, and of course, it's something that I would be honored to have. I really feel like I feel like I would be aligned perfectly for this role as an office manager at a hospice. And I wish I could say I felt like this second interview went well and great. I have no idea. However, um, I think about the past and I think about opportunities where it, like the interview process bombed, okay? And then I still got it. I hate interviews. Like the amount of preparation that I go through so that I can have like my talking points in my brain just ready to flow out. I basically like I make notes after notes after notes. I read them. I record myself reading them, and then I listen to them several times a day, like because my anxiety is gets so bad. Like I even had the idea to like watch a video of baby animals on the side so that my nervous system can go down. Like the preparation, um I feel like I'm just always trying to sell myself, even though, and my preparation, even though, like, I know that my experience is speaks for itself, but usually people are like hiring for personality, and I am doing inner healing work, so I don't feel like, so that, and how I see that as is the more healing work and trust that you have in the divine, like you don't have to sell yourself because who you are is enough, right? So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to like say everything perfectly. You can even make mistakes because if it's for you, it's for you. So honestly, I have been looking for a while, and I've had a lot of jobs that didn't pan out. Um, because I was so like in operation get a job now. So the first over the phone interview that I had, it went so well. Like I just felt so aligned. The HR person really liked me and let me know in all kinds of ways, that she felt like I would be a good fit. But then came the next portion where I had to do a Zoom call um, with someone that I would be working next to, and um, an office manager at a different location. And it went okay, guys. If I were to grade myself, I probably did 70%. Okay, which is like what I used to do in school in elementary. I was happy if I got A's and B's, but for the most part, like I was a B student with one C and maybe one A. Okay, average. Extraordinarily ordinary. Um, ugh. Oh, but let me tell you some stories that have happened that, okay, so years ago, I when I got married, I went to a new church, and I decided, and I'm a singer, and I decided I was not going to try to join the choir. Being on their praise and worship team, not even a thought. Like I just wanted to be married and like not get right away into serving. And I had a friend at the time who was going to get married, and she wanted me to sing at her wedding because she knew me from a previous church that I went to, like back in my 20s, where I sang on their praise and worship team, and I did solos and things like that. But at this big church, I was newly married. It was different music, like, but she wanted me to sing at her wedding, and I agreed. Okay. Come to find out, the music pastor or worship, praise and worship leader was doing this person's, was going to officiate their wedding. And also, she asked him to sing, but he said he would only do one or the other. He wasn't going to sing and officiate the wedding. So she thought about it, and she asked him, I have a friend that I would like you to sing with. The whole praise and worship of this mega church, whole praise and worship pastor. And here I am, just newbie, not even going to join the choir. So he agrees, and we meet, and he's got a song that he knows, and he wants to sing this song. So I can't come in, or he gives it to me. I learn the song, and then we go in, a week or so later for to sing together. It went so good, okay? It went so good. And I could not believe I was singing with their praise and worship pastor. Nothing that I even like coordinated. Like, I wasn't networking. I was not trying to be seen. Like, no, I was a fan, basically. And the wedding happened. I sang with him. I also sang the song that walked her down the aisle. A week or so later, I get called by their office to audition for their praise and worship team. I could not believe what had transpired. Nothing that I did, but totally aligned with who I was. These are the stories that and I've got so many of those that I have to remember. So I go in for that audition. Everybody from the praise and worship team that I am secretly fangirling over, okay? Like, I was so nervous. And of course, I pick a song that could show everything that I could do, honey. And I bombed that song so bad. I was so nervous. I was doing too much. And I thought, after, there's no way they're gonna have me on that team. And I got called, and they wanted me to be on that team. And I did that for many years. And yeah, crazy. The only saving grace was that that leader knew what I was capable of, and he knew I was nervous. So that's one story. And then another story is, I've always wanted to be a model. When I was 16 years old, I got rejected because I used to put perms in my hair, and I was a little overweight, but I just felt like it was in my core, like I wanted to. Like, if there was some kind of situation where I could, audition, like, I was there. So, I've done model-ish type things, on television for commercials. I thought I wanted to be in news. That did not happen. I even went to college trying to make it happen. So many things that I tried to make happen end up not working out. And then there's these things that work out that I had no kind of hand in. Okay? Because I know how to network, I know how to prepare myself so somebody thinks that I'm perfect and I'm not. However, so I'm married to my husband Corey, shout out. And he knows that, like, that's something that is on my heart. And he's like, "Oh yeah, my mom used to model." And I'm like, "No way." So he was so supportive, and it was very vulnerable for me to share that with him, that I wanted to do that, because, like, who do you think you are? Who doesn't want to be a model? Who doesn't want to be whatever, famous, whatever? And I'm not famous. So we didn't have a whole lot of money. We had 4 kids at the time. I was in my 30s, but he supported me getting my pictures done, my headshot and whatever, my portfolio pictures. And I get called in to do like a meet and greet type thing. And I remember the day that I had to go into the office to the agency. We had to pick up all the kids from school. They're in the car. Like, talk about, like, my mental space was all over the place. Him and I got into a fight. So I'm like crying because I have to go in there, and I do not want to go in there all stressed with the kids and with, like him being upset, I'm upset, I'm crying, like red face, like, and I got to go into this modeling agency like that. And I did. I went in, red face and all. I didn't tell them what happened. I just acted like it was all good. I mean, the best that I could. And they chose me. And I've been modeling for, it's probably been like 14 years now. And just to let you know, like, the times or the goodness of God, I'll share the types of modeling things that I've been doing, okay? Meyer, Rubbermaid, Steelcase, Amway, Whirlpool, Stryker, Perigo, GRCC, Blue Chip Casino, Bennington Boats, Bosch, Pure Michigan Magazine. My husband and I, my niece and nephew were on a cover of a magazine. Spectrum Health, Sun Resort, Crystal Mountain Resort, Big Beer Adventures, Adoption Associates, Nordic Spa, Trillium Woods Hospice, Bissell, Blaine Farm and Fleet, Experience Grand Rapids, Griffin Hockey, Merrill, as a fit model. My body was the model that they would use for all clothes medium size. So before they would, when they would decide what was going to be like out on the racks for the next year, they would be forming it to my body. Is that not crazy? Okay. Little River Casino, Whirlpool, Haggerty Insurance, EnviroClean, Godfrey Boats, Hayworth, Denver Mattress, Meyer, and a place called SNS Activewear. That was the last one. I have to write these things down because people will ask me where I've modeled and I will not remember. Okay, so basically, I've had a lot of interviews and have not gotten the jobs in the last 3 months. And I basically have gotten maybe a little bit like jaded, a little bit, but a little bit like, when I mean totally dependent on God, like God is going to have to do a big one because this job market, my nerves, I don't know. And and that's what I'm going to have to do. Like, I don't feel the best after this interview, and I really want it, but I surrender to God this interview. And yeah. So, anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It feels good to share this story with you, and gosh, the other stories are all the jobs that I have like finagled my way into and then didn't work out great. Lots of those. So my lesson is to be prepared, yet knowing that God will open doors that no man can open, and shut doors no man can open. So I'm going to exercise. I'm going to do other things, do healthy things to keep my mind off of whether I got this job or not. They're going to let me know Thursday. And I just pray for grace. I think I would like to work there. But what does what's aligned for me, because only that's going to show up. And later on, I will let you know if I got this job, and I will put it in the chat. So, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.